Okay, so in this video we're going to show you how to manage and add images to a slider on the pages. And so if you take a look, for example, we're in the Maple Ridge section here, and we're on the Science page. And you can see this is the main header, which has an image here which is editable. We have another video on how to edit this image and change it for another one. But as you can see underneath it, there's also these two arrows here, and that's because there's a slider control which would actually show various or additional pictures or different additional images here that of examples of work of maybe of different signs that you might have in your portfolio. So in order to add images to this, we're going to go back to our dashboard, and first thing we need to do is we need to add the images to the server. And so we go to Content and we say Images. Now there's two ways for these images to appear in the slider, and I'll go through both ways right now. The easiest way that I find is to keep to keep track of it all is to create a new library just for those images on the server. So we'll do that by creating a library, and the image library name we will call it Sign Sliders, and under the parent directory of Maple Ridge. And now it says create and go to upload images. So now it's creating the library for me. And it's asking me to select the images from my computer. So I will do that. And so it's coming to my folder here, and I'm just going to choose these. If you hold down the control button on your keyboard, you can actually select multiple images. So I'll select 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'll hit open. And now that I have all these in the slider section, I could just, because I'm using this library, I could just leave it as is. And when I go to the science page, I can just say use the images from this library for all the images that are in there. But if I only want to use some of the images from here, or if I want to use other images as well later on from different libraries, I should tag these images. I should tag them anyway. So I'll click here and I'll go under location, start by going to locations. So I'll choose Maple Ridge. And then under tags, I'll say select from existing and show all 90. And so signs tag, and I'll choose a tag of Maple Ridge. Okay, and then I just hit upload and publish. So now it's uploading them all to the library that we created. And now I can go back to my page. So I go back to the pages, and I will go to Maple Ridge and the Signs page. And now I'm going to specify in the slider here which images to put in the image gallery for the slider. So I just click on Edit. And so what I can do is say from the selected library only. So either I could do one of two things. I can say we'll say if we had it from all libraries, we could just say narrow selection by selection of images based on locations and tags. And so the location we'll pick is Maple Ridge. And the tags will be let's find them. Science. And where's Maple Ridge here? And Maple Ridge. And we'll hit done selecting. Okay, so now we've done that. And we hit save. And now it shows the images here that we're going to be using. This isn't what the slider is going to look like, but this is how they show up in the editor, just so you know that they're all there. And then you would hit publish. And then we go to the page, and I'm going to refresh the page here. And now you can see that the images come up here in the slider. So there's 3 at a time, and I can slide through them. I can click for a standalone picture of any one of them. And they're in the slider. Now we use the tags there because if the now we're gonna go back to the pages here. So now back to the signs page. So the other way that we could have done it, which because we made our own directory, and maybe it's a little bit less complicated to do it this way, is I click the content where the content comes from, and I can say all published images, right? But from a selected library only, and we only select a library that has our images. So we'll go to Maple Ridge and then choose the Sign Sliders library. And by doing that and hitting save, it'll end up with the exact same images. So if you don't have your own libraries for the images and they're just sitting loose, if you tag the images properly, then you can select them by tags. Otherwise, you can just select the entire library to use. That's how you do the sliders.